Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are going to do a couple of simple pastel cloudscape things. I have out my Mungyo pastel paper. This is the new pad that I got for Christmas in the dark assorted colors. It comes in with the black, blue, a gray, and this brown. I went ahead and cut a black and a gray in half and thought we would do something different on each one. I have out also my set of Soho 120 color set half sticks soft pastels if you guys are wanting to know what these are. That's what the box looks like. I got them on Amazon. You can get them, I believe, at Jerry's and Dick Blick's and Cheap Joe's, fairly inexpensively. Soho's are a very nice set of pastels, which I don't touch enough, as you can see. They come in half sticks. This is what they look like. Many, many, many colors. And the reason I put off getting this particular set was because it felt like a lot of duplicates, like very kind of red heavy for me and not quite enough earth tones, but I went ahead and got it anyways. We're going to make it work. I'm going to set it off to the side over here. That way we can set the pastels we're using around the table. I have out some blending tools and this little cup that my daughter made for me, my Heather, made for me back in 7, so July of 2006. Her little clay cup that she made me. It lives on my desk and it keeps my blending tools in it. And then I have out a cute little pot that I found with other tools in it, and I went ahead and used my brand new washi tape to tape down my pages, my little papers. I have a couple of Pixabay pictures which I will pop in the description below so that you guys can see which ones I'm doing and do your own as well. I'll show them to you at the end. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm going to start on the gray paper with a lot of blue. Let's see. I really need to get these in a different container. I need a blue that is kind of smoky. Maybe that's more of a teal. We'll get out that one. And then I'm looking at the reference photo. Teal and maybe a soft green. And then definitely want gray. I want a cold gray like this. There's a warm gray over here. Don't want a brown gray. Kind of like this light gray here, which I've used a couple times. I'm going to get this darker gray out. I wanted like a navy, like a indigo blue, but there isn't one, so I'm going to grab the black out in case I need it. And we will start, set this guy over here. Oh, already dirty. We will start, I'm going to start with this blue. I'm not sure why, it feels right. And I'm going to pop in the line where the wave in the ocean is in this very stormy sea. Way back there. Way back there. Very stormy sea. And the reference photo is very grays and at a glance. Lots of grays. There's also a very teal feel to it. there's right here there's a crashing wave. Over here there's a couple crashing waves. So get this blocked in there. This wave is this direction, moving this way. And we've got a couple of dark ones there, and then on this side we have the ocean coming in like that, and then down here we have some dark spots where the water is crashing. So just softly, softly. I know it doesn't look like much right now. Give it a hot second. Give it a hot second. Underneath that crashing wave. And darkness underneath here. And then this here. Like that. And to give us that distant ocean feel, and go right over that with this, like so. Just gliding it across the page in the direction I want the waves to feel like they're moving and flowing. There. And this. Moving and flowing in this direction. And there's crashing all along there. This edge moves in. Okay. And on the light color, I want to come in. Blend. Blend, blend. Yeah, that light gray. Maybe it's goes too light. There we go. Blend that out. If you don't like blending with your fingers, you can always use a blending tool of some kind, or Q-tips, a blending stump. You can wear rubber gloves, you can use a tissue. I tend to regret using my fingers after a little while because they get so dirty. Let's get this. And all this excess. I blew it up into the sky area. I'm going to take this residue, pop in that bit of storm up here that I have going on. Whoop. That. The blue's very vibrant, isn't it? Let's see. What can we do about that? Ooh. I don't know what color this is. I can't remember if the colors are on these or not. No. They are not. So, good to know, the color names are not on the paper, so you don't have to worry about which is fantastic for me because the paper really bothers me. You don't have to worry about peeling the paper off because there's no information on it anyways. I think I'm going to go ahead and put in some of my gray sky because it's very light down in the bottom area anyways. We can get that in here real quick. Like that. I haven't done a pastel piece in a while, which is why I'm doing one tonight. I failed miserably at oil pastels yesterday in my practice. I videoed it. Well, not miserably. I just did. It's so dramatic. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to. I was a little disappointed. Might do that and then I'm gonna rub off this blue. And if you get residue on your chalk, just rub it off on a paper towel and it does the trick. And so the dark blocked in here and there. That, I dig it. Nice. And a little movement, I like it. This is kind of purpley gray, isn't it? I'm digging it. Clearly I'm using the crap out of it. I'm going to take the paper off this one as well. Toss that up there. It's super thin. It's like tissue paper. It's very, very thin. I'm improvising my sky a bit because the sky isn't this big in the reference photo, so do what I want. Both reference photos are up for just a guide. I'm not really like for lighting and feel, if that makes sense. Thinner, darker, streakier situation going on down here. Let's see. What I want to do next. Oh, I wanted to put this green in the sea for the dark areas. Like that. Is that reading green? Is this too dark? Do I need to turn my light up a little bit? Oh, that turned it off. Sorry. Messing with the light. There we go. Well, that's better. Now we can see what the blue blazes I'm doing. I just came from watching a bit of TV in a dark living room, so my visuals were off a bit. These waves are coming across and they're moving in this direction and coming across and moving in this direction. And if you want a fun practice, oceans, waves are abstract. If you look at just a section of wave, it's very abstract. So there's really, I mean, no one's going to know but you if you made a boo-boo in the direction of a wave, or especially a stormy sea. I mean, definitely get your practice in, but they're a good way to start with a new medium, or a medium you haven't used in a while. Landscapes, anything organic. Landscapes or seascapes or clouds, flowers, things like that. And you don't have to put your darks in first. I'm just, because pastels you can put one over the other pretty easily. I'd like this to do that. There we go. A couple of calm spots. Well, they're not calm, they're just very distant, so they're not looking as active. So we can soften the distance a bit. And no, you're not supposed to do that. If I could tip the page and tap it off, I would. I'm going to regret that later. That's just hitting me now. I'm really going to regret doing that later. I'm going to have to clear the whole table off and clean everything. Go ahead and tap in this. And tapping kind of just settles it into the tooth of the paper without really smudging it around. There. I'll grab a tissue real quick to dust my fingers off on. You get pretty chalky pretty quickly. Now let's get in some crashing waves, shall we? That'll help bring it together a bit. Let's do the little ones back here first. And they're mostly just squiggle marks. Like, start with a light hand because you can always go in. And if it gets too dirty, just dust it off. So we can take the paper off this guy. I should go through and do that. I didn't think about that till just now. How pretty would they look in there without all their paper on them? All undressed. Saucy. There we go. See? Beautiful. And then you can use the side of the stick where you need to as well, instead of just the tip, which is very, very helpful in most situations. We'll just really touch and wiggle, and see, it gives us those splashy looks. And then let's put in another one here where we left it. Relatively free of residue, so that we could get a nice layer of white on there. Make it look frothy and like it's being tossed about. Nice. And it will naturally blend with the other colors as well, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then I'm going to get in here with a toothpick, Q-tip. Toothpick. I have no idea where that came from. For the gentle blending from the frothy part into the more wavy part. There. And make it spit and really move about. There. And then in here. Like that. There's all kinds of debris with the frothing waves. So don't be shy to really throw down the color. Okay. Then I want to get up in there and do details, but I'm not ready yet. I'll cut down here. And these are just quick studies. They're not meant to be like super fancy finished pieces that I'm going to sell. I haven't done a pastel piece in forever, so I just really wanted to get in here and see what I can still do, what's stuck and what I need to work on. And this isn't a white either. It's, where's the white? The white, so I can show you the difference. Because on the paper it looks pretty bright, but this is the one I'm using and this is the white. Got quite a shift in color, which is desirable at this point. But I don't want it to be stark white, because it is a bleak, stormy scene. And where to our eye would feel white, realistically it would not be stark or bright white. Yeah. That. Okay. It's coming down. This. Okay. What we got so far? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. That. Lots of residual marks. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to take a Q-tip, and this is purely experimental right here, and get in some, maybe coming down like that. Wish this was sharper. Oh, you know what is sharp? You know what is sharp? Which I got out as well. The Sohos are pretty soft chalk pastels. These are the Prismacolor Premier. Sorry, it's a great big box. Set of 48 NuPastels. These are very firm pastels. They're hard. And these are all the colors. And they're pretty hard, so pick a comparable color, because not all of them are going to match. This, I mean, it's not exact at all. Do I have a light lavender? I do not. Alright, well, we'll make it work. Because we're going to go in and put in the frothier, like the lines where there's foam and like residual foam between the waves, like on the tops. I don't know, the ocean does all kinds of crazy stuff, you guys. Like that. I've been wanting to do some wave paintings for a while now. Just skim over the surface. Super light. This is a very hard pastel, so I don't really need to use a lot of pressure. And it creates cool textures like that. Just dragging in the direction that I want it to look like the wave is going or coming from, and then let's see, this is very distant back here. I got this wave in the very forefront, so We'll just make this look just in right here. Like that. How's that? Okay. A Q-tip to fuzz out some areas. Soften that deep dark line. I'm blowing more gently so it doesn't fly across the table quite so crazily. Alright. And I don't want to blend it out too much, because then it won't look cool. The textures help with pieces like this, for me, at this stage in my learning. But I've always really, really liked a nice textured piece. Okay. Yeah, it looks kind of like frothy waves, right? I'm digging it. Maybe we'll use the white and get some really bright spots here and there. I got some yellow one there. We don't want yellow in here. It's too powdery. It's too it's blending in with the. See, the NuPastel is harder and it digs in a little more, and it doesn't blend as easily. Give us that a little bit of bright white we want here and there, like that. Yeah. We don't want a straight line though, because that looks just silly. It's foaming and slamming about and creating a mess. So we want it to look messy. Like this wave is having the best time. Alright, and then maybe a little more bright right here. Kind of maneuvering it around in different directions so that it doesn't keep making the same marks. You can see that I do that kind of a lot because the tip of this is all kinds of misshapen and I've got different edges to use for different techniques. And I use the white a lot. Actually use the NuPastels kind of more than the other ones. The ones that are broken are the ones that I've used. The white more than anything, but yeah, I tend to break them up because they work better in small chunks. They're manageable. Right. Yeah, I blew the picture up and now there's even more details that I want to get in here. Details, I love details. There's so much going on. Pastel pencils would be good for this too, because you can get a nice, or even colored pencils with a nice tip, a nice sharp point, and you can get in here and really get in some cool effects. Yeah, I dig it. Alright. I could play with this for a long time, you guys. This is good practice though, because I have that velour paper that I want to use that I'm a little scared of at this point. It's beautiful paper. It feels so pretty, but there's only a few sheets, and I've got that I don't want to waste it syndrome. I don't want to waste it. But the longer it sits on the shelf, the more wasted it is, right? Because you're not utilizing your tools. Yeah, I think that looks neato. Alright, now we're going to work on the sky in a little second here and get that finished up. This is very shiny and moving. Undulating, I guess, is a good word for it. Ooh, undulating. The undulating ocean of it all. A little bit of green there. Push that in. I have chalk absolutely everywhere, guys. I made a mess. Big surprise. Alright, let's take our white and come in. This is the Soho white. Coming up here and futz about with the sky a little bit. Give it a little push, a little blend. Not too much. I like that gray in there. I like how it looks. Cool bridge there. Hey, look at that. That looks neat. It looks like a stormy sky. Imagine that. Kind of dabbing and gently sliding and tapping at the same time. Create that poofy, but stormy clouds look heavy, right? They look like they have a bit of weight to them. In those dark spots where it really wants to come down and let loose. Okay. How much more do I want to fuss? I want light right there. Right at that horizon line. The storm is coming, but it's not quite there yet. Got a little too light. We'll blend some of that gray down into that white. There, that's a little better. That glow's not quite so stark. Okay. How's our sky look? I think it looks neat. Yeah. Alright, well there's that one. And this one, I'm going to have to set these way over here. This one, this guy over here already has residue on him. Let's go back. This is going to be a moonscape. Surprise, surprise. I do love to do moon pieces. Love to do the moon pieces. But, yeah, this doesn't have a navy like I want. So we'll go with this gray. Blues are all very purpley. Let's go down here. this one or this one? They're pretty close. There isn't a dark blue, which is throwing me off. Alright. Oops. Dug into that one a little bit. Peel our paper off. Okay. Alright. I'm going to put the moon in last. Think. Pretty sure. We're just gonna dive in. I need to get a little bit of this blue down first so that it isn't so stark. Like that. A little bit of moon, a little bit of blue. Just throw it on. Like that. It's electric. Wow, that's really pretty. Woo! Alright, set that aside. I'm going to take my fingers, my dirty fingers, and we're just going to gently get our first layer. I'm not filling the tooth of the paper yet. I'm just kind of evening out the wash, the first wash, that dusting of color. I don't mind that it's a little dark in those corners. Like that. We can do that. That's where my moon's going to go. Okay. That softened that. Ooh, that made that look all smoky and gorgeous. I dig it. Kind of like that sound too. I'm just having a blast tonight, let me tell you what. I feel like I should put my moon in now. Maybe we should put our moon in. Stay. Where's my stencil? We're going to see if a stencil will work for this. For getting in my moon shape. What size do we want? What size of moon do we want? I always want a giant moon that takes over the whole picture, but for this one, we'll go with this guy. Like that. It's going to be a bit of a crescent moon peeking out of the clouds. Like that. Oh, look at that. That kind of worked. Alright, I dig it. I was worried about getting that shape right. I don't want to smudge it. I just want to tap the particles into the page. Tap, tap. Kind of press and just a tiny bit of a drag to really get in the tooth of the paper. And this does have a bit of a texture to it. Sparkles all over the place. We'll put in our stars at the end. That's always super fun. Super, super fun. And kind of give it a little fading into the, like that. How's that look? Ooh, neato. That's how it looks. Alright, let's take my dark blue finger. Clean up my edge just a bit. Like so. And I'm going to take this darker gray, because it's a nighttime sky with clouds, right? Yeah. How neat is that? That's so cool. looks awesome. Alright. And I lost a bunch of black, so I'm gonna go ahead and just gently, because I don't have a deep blue, I'm gonna just gently skim it along this edge right here. I'm hoping it'll mix in with that blue nicely and give me the effect I want. I'll just skim it in here and there, down here. Maybe we'll put in a forest or something down here. See how I feel when I get down there. Alright, I'm gonna take this finger because, you know, it's the one. Start on my outside edge. Kind of sweep in and up. Lighter touch as I come in towards that moon. Grab a cleaner finger. Oops, that one's too gray. That one's too light. Maybe we'll put in a little bit of blue there to mix with. There we go. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Got a little too, I knew that was going to happen. A little too much. That black is intense. More of a navy blue sky over there. Is that better? Yes. This is better. Better. Get this blended out real quick and then we can come in and put some more blue over the top. So I'm thinking I need that. Maybe the tissue is a better way to blend because it'll pick some of that up. Ooh, that creates neat textures. Huh. I dig that. Textures, I'm all about those. Do like me some cool texture. Neato. Oh, that looks awesome. Look at that contrast. I am digging it. Let's put a little more blue right here. And then maybe some here. With our gray. Take our tissue. Kind of mist it about. Oh, that looks neat. Skimming the surface of the page right here, you guys. Oh, we like that? Yeah, that looks awesome. Once again, abstract shapes. Clouds are abstract shapes, so you can pretty much do what you want. That looks great. I kind of like that brightness right here. Because it is kind of close to that moon, right? So it would be a little brighter. Maybe just a little tappy tap. Like that. What? That's amazing. What? I'm super amazed at myself. Oh, this is fun. I'm having a blast. Alright, I feel like I should do just a skosh of light over here. Not a lot, just a skosh. Yeah, because that moon is super bright, right? Yeah, that looks awesome. We're definitely going to do more of these kinds of scenes. That's so satisfying. Alright, let's go ahead and put in a little bit of a, maybe tree tips, silhouette of tree tips right here. Not too pickly. Don't get too pickly with it. Just Dab, dab, dab. Like so. Oh. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. I am digging it. I want to really push that in. And then do a couple textury parts there. And we'll put in, maybe there's deciduous trees as well as pine. So it doesn't have to be all pine trees all the way across. Do a little forest blend. A landscape. I don't know if I like that now that it's done. Now that it's done, I don't like it. So what do? We just throw in some light. Throw in some light. I like the pine tree. I'm just not digging the deciduous tree. It's throwing me off, man. That's better. Alright, we'll stick with the pines. We'll just put in a couple. One more down here. Doesn't have to go all the way across your skyline either. It can just be part of it. Dab, dab, dab. Oh, this is so satisfying. I'm loving it. Yeah. There's a suggestion of a forest out there that's awesome. Maybe a little tip right here. Ah, this is fun. They don't have to go all the way across as she puts them in all the way across. See, once you get rolling. I'm a sucker for a moonscape. And the contrast in this is awesome. I don't even really have to think about it. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to stop fussing with it because I like it just exactly how it is. I do think, though, that my moon needs a little bit of, just a little bit of blue smudges. So I'm going to clean a finger. Blue smudges to make it look more like a moon. Right? Because our moon has dark spots, right? Maybe not that dark. Let's smudge it out. There we go. There we go. Alright, do we want to put stars in it? No, I don't think so, because it's a cloudscape, so there wouldn't be stars poking around. Right? Right. Right. I want to fuss with it more, but it looks so neat. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to mess it up. I feel like there would be, yeah, prominent shines in some areas on those wispy wispy clouds, right? Alright, video's getting too long, I gotta stop. This is one of those pieces you could pick at for a while. Should I stop, you guys? Someone out there screaming, yes, make it stop. It's perfect the way it is. Those blue-gray clouds. I am super happy with this piece. Alright, let's peel the tape. It's always the fun part, right? Let's see what it looks like without the tape all peeled off. We'll do side by side. Look at that. Whoa! Then we'll do these two bottom ones. Pow! Look at that. Alright. And the two side ones. Oh, look at those edges. Crispity. Love me some crispity edges. Alright, and then our top bits. Hello, there they are. Oh, those are, I'm so happy with both of them. You guys tell me which one you like the best in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to go wash my dirty hands, read my book for a while, and go to bed. I had a blast. See you guys in the next one. Bye.